Hey, what's up YouTube? You're watching Ready Set Drone, and today we're going to check out a new drone from SYMA called the TF1001 Hell Fury 360, so stay tuned. So here it is. This is the new drone from SYMA that I am going to be flying today, and I gotta say it is very, very cool looking. It looks a lot like those vehicles that they used in the movie Avatar, if you remember that. They were sort of helicopter, multi-rotor helicopter kind of things. And it's got that tail rotor back here that's in the vertical position, meaning that it's, I guess it's in the horizontal position, meaning that it lifts vertically, and then three others over here. And it's got one that faces down and three that face up. But it just looks super cool, kind of unique from anything I've seen before. It comes with this remote control, which is a nice size remote for a toy drone. I like the yellow and black styling too on this. Nothing special about it. A lot of the SYMA drones use a remote similar to this, and this one actually is probably compatible with other SYMA drones. They seem to be very cross-compatible between remotes. So I would guess that if you lost this remote and you still had this quad, you could fly it with a SYMA X5C remote or one of their others. It does have a USB battery charger right here with a tiny little connector. I forget the name of this connector, but it's the kind that goes in little 1S batteries. It has a little screwdriver and a user manual that comes with it. And another cool thing is it came with this landing pad. I was kind of surprised when I opened up the toy quad and found this inside. You don't usually see landing pads that come with a quad, but here's this one. It's got two stakes. Oh no, it's got actually three stakes. 1, 2, 3 positions where you can stake it down. Pretty standard little landing pad, and a nice size too. Now this isn't weighted, so you would need to stake it down if it was windy at all, but it's the standard kind of thing and helps keep the grass out of the blades. It's got a blue side and an orange side with an H in the middle, or an I depending on how you shape it, or this weird symbol if you have it diagonal. But it's a nice little bonus touch. And by the way, that's how you close these things. I don't know if you have one of these, you just kind of twist one direction with one hand and the other direction with the other hand, and there it is. So I'm going to put this back in here because we don't need it, because right now we're just going to be flying indoors with this little guy. Kudos to SYMA for providing the landing pad. I think that's pretty neat. Where I am a little disappointed by this drone is the fact that it only comes with one battery, and that battery, as far as I can tell, is non-removable. It's an interior battery that you have to plug in to the USB port to charge right down here. It's this little charging port right down here. And so basically you fly, and when you're done flying, you have to charge the battery again. You can't just swap out batteries. It may be interchangeable, but I could not find any way that was really obvious on how to open it, and there's nothing in the instructions that says you can open it and change out the battery. So I'm just going to assume that it is an internal battery, a little 1S LiPo, that will get the job done, but not going to give you any flight time beyond when the first battery dies. So I've already charged it. It does have an on-off switch. I do like drones with an on-off switch. When you turn it on, you get this little LED that comes on that tells you that it's on. You want to set it on a level surface, turn the remote on, let it sit for a second, and then you push the left stick down, up, down, and that binds the two. And then you can either push the takeoff button, which will just take it off automatically, or pull the two sticks down and in to fire up the props, and then down and in again if you want to stop the props. Now this one does have two rates, a high and a low flight rate, and it does do flips with the button over here. But let's just take it off and hover it right here. So there it is. Bring it down to eye level. Not too loud. Fairly stable. Now it is drifting backwards a little bit. And it might need to have the gyros calibrated. I think to calibrate it, you pull the sticks down and to the right, and when you do that, you get a blink on this red LED. I don't know if you can see it blinking there. Yeah, I think you can. That means that it's calibrated. So now when I take off, it should actually stay in place a little better. There we go. I don't actually see any trim switches on this remote. So I don't know if you can actually trim it with the remote. I don't think you can. So to change flight rates, you push the right stick in. Two beeps is high, 1 is low. To flip, you push this upper right button here. Your takeoff landing is, the lower right button is a flip. Takeoff and landing is upper right button. The left stick, that might put it in a headless mode. Let's see. No, it's not a headless mode. It's still in a normal mode. That's all right. Headless mode to me is a little bit of a cheater mode anyway. Let's see if I can make it flip right here at the table without crashing. So here we go. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. Try it here like that. And that's what happens when you get a little too crazy with the flips indoors. Now, as you may have just seen, I kind of lost control of it because I was doing flips in a small space. You can do it, you just have to be careful, don't hit anything. But thanks to these ducted propellers, these little round things around the propellers, they're all really protected. So I feel like even if you crash, you're not really going to hurt anything. Of course, you want to be cautious when you're flying indoors. So I'm going to recalibrate the sensor the gyro by pulling the stick down and right and let them blink, and then take it up one more time. Takes it a second to kind of get adjusted to its altitude, but once it has an altitude adjustment, it's pretty good. It stays in its altitude position fairly well. So I'm flying it in rate 2, which is a little more aggressive. Gives you just a little bit more speed, but it's still a pretty slow, docile little flyer. So before it gets too late, let's take it outside and give it a try. Okay, so I'm out here in the backyard. It's getting dark, but we'll see what we can do here real quick. Slide along low a little bit. Give it a little yaw spin in front of the camera. Ooh, hit the camera. What? There it is, bumping into me, as you can see. And it kind of flipped up and then it died. So proof that it's a pretty safe little flyer. Now just for fun, let's see if I can land it on the dog's frisbee over here. Did it. Okay, so there you go. The SYMA TF1001, also known as the Hella Fury 360. I got about 6 minutes, a little bit over 6 minutes of flight time out of it with a full charge. And I was doing some flips and stuff like that, so I would say you're probably going to get between 5.5 and 7 minutes, depending on how you fly it. But it's a lot of fun. I really like these little line of sight flyers that don't have an app, that don't have any complexity to them. They're just designed to fly, get better at piloting, or teach somebody who's new to fly a drone, because it's pretty safe and simple to fly. I do wish it had the ability to swap out batteries. That would be a nice thing. But other than that, I really like this guy, and I really like the unique styling that it has. It's not something that you see every day in drones. So if you want to check it out, I've got a link below in the description. If you like this video, I hope you'll give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to know more about drones, please subscribe to Ready Set Drone. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.